Hi, I don't want to be the bearer of the bad news, but you've got 1 year left before you can start your business. Honestly, I've been wrecking my brain. I've been thinking about it. I've been looking at the trends and how rapidly AI is moving forward. I really don't think any of us have got more than 1 year to build something real and get that off the ground and get it going right now. And if you do not, I think you might really regret it in a year's time, because AI is moving so rapidly and it's changing everything, and this technology feels so different than any other technology that we developed in the past. Hi, if we have not met, my name is Shay. I'm a traditionally trained therapist turned coach, and I help entrepreneurial women move from hesitation and stuckness into action. However, having said all of this, I don't want to scare you. I want to empower you, because as much of a threat AI can be, it can also be such an amazing tool if you know what you're doing. So in this video, this is what we are going to cover. Firstly, we're going to look at the rise of AI, and then we're going to look at what it means to be ready to start your business. And then if you stay until the end of this video, I'm going to give you an amazing 3-step formula to utilize AI instead of actually feel threatened by it. So let's go. So it is true, AI is really changing the way we work. I mean, I actually use it a lot for simple things like admin tasks, and I can't even begin to fathom how much time it is saving me. But at the same time, there's that little doubt, there's that little part of me that feels a little bit scared, just wondering, well, is anything worth doing anymore? So I've kind of really sat down and thought about it. Like, what is our purpose going to be? Like, are we actually going to have any purpose left? Because if AI can do everything better than me, then, what is the point of trying anything, doing anything? But then I realized this is definitely not the right way to start anything, because as it stands right now, AI is more of a tool rather than a boss. So we need to treat it like the tool, that the most amazing tool, but it is not yet the boss. This is why I am emphasizing that you don't have long left. Well, the truth is, I don't know if there's going to be a Terminator 2 kind of a scenario going on. Probably not. But at the same time, none of us really know where this is going to go and how the world is going to change, right? And that is the truth. But we also know that we've got a technology going at such a rapid speed that's already changing the way we work, that's already changing the way we communicate. And some jobs are already lost, and we're not really talking about it much, but a lot of people already lost their jobs, especially kind of like a repetitive jobs, like a customer service jobs. AI has already taken over a lot of those jobs and no one is talking about them. But having said all of this, at the same time, there are a lot of things that AI cannot yet replace. And one of them is AI actually helps us with our efficiency, but there's still something about human efficiency, creativity, the way we connect with each other, and there's a soul-to-soul connection between us, right, that AI cannot really provide us with. Yes, you can have an amazing conversation with AI, but actually I've noticed it from myself that whenever I talk to the AI about maybe a problem that I might be facing, I always kind of wish that if I could have an actual person sitting there instead of a computer screen, I would always go for that option. And I know we're all gonna feel like this, because that's what makes us human, right? But the truth is, I think as we move further and further into this technology, there will come a time that maybe we won't even need that human connection anymore. So this is the worrying time, right? Because we can already kind of experience it with our children, where they are more than happy to spend all day on their tablets given the opportunity, and rather than actually go out and play with their friends, so which is actually very, very different than the time that I grew up. And so whilst AI is still just a tool to utilize and not the boss yet. If you dreamt of a business, if you have an idea in your mind, if you really want to have an impact and you've been dreaming about a better future for yourself, for your family, this is the right time. I know it's easier said than done, but you might be asking, it is the right time, but I'm not ready. And so this is a really, really crucial point, because a lot of us think, I need to be ready before I can get moving, before I can actually do something. And this is exactly why I created the commitment code, because it is a very common phenomena where we all feel like, oh, I need to be perfect first. I need to know what I'm doing. I need to be clear about my offer. I need to have my goals. I'm just not ready. I'm not confident enough. And so you stop yourself, you become stuck, right? And the commitment code is all about kind of moving you over that stuckness that you are feeling. And so I am here to tell you that readiness is just a myth. Okay, it is a lie. You don't have to be ready for anything. You just need to go for it. Honestly, progress always trumps over polish. Nothing has to be polished. You learn as you go along. So this is really about you dealing with anxiety, right? Because a lot of the time, most of us kind of think, well, I need to feel ready first before I can take action. But contrary to common belief, and this is a scientific fact that I actually teach in sessions to my clients, that you take action first, then the rest follows. So let's give you some steps for you to actually start taking action now, before you wait for that moment of readiness. Because as you might have noticed, that moment of readiness just does not arrive out the blue all by itself. So I'm going to offer you some practical but soulful solutions so that you get going right here, right now. Firstly, define your why. We all have a different why, and you have to work it out for yourself what your why is, okay? And then simplify it. I think a lot of the time what happens is that we complicate everything so much in our minds that you just need to kind of keep it simple. So if you've got an idea that you want to maybe have a business where you sell t-shirts, okay, don't complicate it to begin with, especially like, you know, I'm gonna go for one color cotton t-shirts. That's all I'm gonna do, okay? Don't get complicated with prints and embroidery or like logos. It's just to really keep it simple to help you move forward. So a lot of the time when we look at people who are very successful and we look at where they are, and we think in our minds, oh my goodness, there's no way I can actually get there. But the truth is, there were so many little steps in their way before they could get to where they got to. Start small, but start with something that is notable, that actually do something. So don't just start small in your mind. Like today, I just did 5 minutes of positive affirmations, and that's the way I started. No, like because you set your mind so much in a way that you expect an outside to shift for you, then your actions also have to be visible on the outside as well, okay? And in the commitment code, actually, we work a lot on the inner work, because most of the work is on the inside. But a lot of us seem to think, for some reason, if the outside changes, then I'm going to feel different. If I get some attraction, if my business picks up, if people actually like my Instagrams, then I am going to feel confident. Then I'm going to take bigger actions. Then it is going to show me that I am good enough. So because I know you're already thinking this, most of us do, the action you take has to be visible, okay? Whether that means you share something online, whether that means you actually make a few phone calls, you send some emails out, you actually build your masterclass, whatever the business that you are thinking about. So do it on the outside. outside. And when you come to commitment code, we work a lot on the inside. And don't think that just because you've taken action, wow, it's going to be like fireworks and magic and rainbows and unicorns. No, it is more than likely that nothing is going to happen. Okay, so expect to feel scared, and also expect to reflect and to refine your approach every time. So for example, if you sold a t-shirt that was white and only 2 people bought it, but then you sold a t-shirt that was purple and thousands of people bought it, then obviously you have to reflect, you have to adapt, and you have to kind of grow with it, change with it, understand what is really going on. It can be difficult. That it is a skill that comes in time. For me, I still do not know what videos gets good views, what videos doesn't get good views. I just do my thing. But I'm also kind of trying to reflect and understand what topics that people seem to be enjoying a little bit more. But it is a progress, and it's all about being in that progress. And so I did tell you earlier that we work a lot on the inner work, inner beliefs, the core beliefs, procrastination. These are all internal things, and in commitment code we actually go into them in a lot more detail. But just to give you a little bit idea what might be going on, what might be stopping you actually from moving forward, what you are probably doing is that you are creating what we call in psychology self-fulfilling prophecy. So if we believe something to be true, our brains actually really closes itself to anything else that might tell us that, hold on a minute, maybe this is not true. Okay, so we create situations and scenarios all the time that proves us right. So if you say to yourself, what is the point? My job is going to be taken over by AI next year. This is what you're going to look at. This is what you're going to see. What's the point? I'm going to fail just like everything else. Again, you're going to bring that into your reality, because not because this is true, but because this is where you're going to be looking at. And so I am inviting you to really have a good think, and for you to realize you are good as you are. You are ready right now. Allow yourself to learn as you go in this process. And I said at the beginning of the video that AI can be an amazing tool. I'm not gonna lie, I use AI a lot. I asked AI to help me to structure the content of this video, but I use it in different ways, and I would recommend for you to do the same. So utilize AI before it becomes a boss. It is the most perfect assistant at the moment. Here are 3 steps for you how you can move forward with AI and let it help you with your business, not necessarily threat your business. Number 1, let it refine what you are already thinking, not define. Like, for example, when I kind of thought about this, or we've probably got only 1 year left before we need to get going with our business, I actually kind of sat down and thought about all of those points, and then I shared them with AI rather than actually telling AI, oh, can you give me a topic that I am making a YouTube video, right? So that's one way. Think for yourself and let it kind of help you develop these ideas rather than come up with these ideas full on. And actually the truth is, whenever I did that, whenever I did ask AI, can you come up with 3 steps for this, and I have not actually involved myself at all in the process. Of course, I've tried that too, okay? And I always find pitfalls in it. There is still something about AI that lacks that kind of human touch, okay? So refine, not define. And number 2, let it take the heavy admin side of your work, okay? There are so many amazing tools or softwares that's already been created with AI that it can actually do a lot of the admin side of things for you. Even kind of emails, like communication. There are particular softwares that's built with AI that actually kind of sends replies automatically, kind of posts content for you automatically, chats with possible clients automatically. I have to tell you that I'm not using any of those. I'm still doing a lot of my admin, but I think I also need to get on with this because at the moment it is not a boss, it is a tool, and it is really helpful when you are using it correctly. And number 3, AI can really help you to make a good plan, but AI can never take action for you, right? So you have to commit and say to yourself, do you know what? I'm not going to let a robot do my business for me. I had this dream for years. I'm going to get on with it and I'm going to get into action. So in my commitment code, commitment to the action is the key part, because we don't need any more information. No one needs more information. We have enough information. Stop hoarding information. You need action. And commitment code focuses heavily on taking action. And I'm going to be your accountability partner, and I'm also going to assign an accountability partner because I want you to get in action. This is what's going to make a change. I hope this video was useful and that you found some value in it, and that there are maybe some actionable steps that you can take. If you like it, like, share, subscribe, all the regular stuff. If you want to find out a little bit more about commitment code, come to my masterclass. It's on 25th of November. It's going to be a live class and I would love to serve you. Have a great day.